Maybe tonight you are lying down with a heart that feels too heavy to carry, and you are silently battling emotions no one else understands, wondering if relief will ever come your way, wishing someone could see the tears you keep hidden, and praying for strength just to breathe again. Even when you try to stay strong during the day, the quiet hours make everything louder and the pain seems impossible to hide anymore, as though every thought in your mind turns into a storm inside your soul. You've grown weary from pretending, exhausted from holding on, and tired of fighting battles that feel endless. Yet your spirit keeps whispering to keep going a little longer. I want you to know something powerful right now, something heaven wants you to hear clearly before you close your eyes. God has not forgotten you, and this prayer did not reach you by coincidence. There is a divine reason these words have met you in this exact moment, at the exact time when you needed comfort the most, because God always arrives right when you feel like breaking. His love has a way of interrupting fear, stepping into the darkness, and reminding your heart that you are still chosen and seen. Tonight will not be like every other night you crawled into bed defeated, because heaven has already set a plan in motion for your healing. The God who never sleeps is preparing to visit you in the stillness of this night, and his presence will reach places inside you that no one else can reach. He is whispering, "I heard your cry and I am coming." God's presence transforms brokenness into strength, sorrow into joy, and despair into hope that rises again stronger than before. Because where he dwells, darkness cannot remain. When God steps into a room, fear loses its control. Anxiety becomes silent, and every tormenting thought must bow to his peace. You are about to experience a supernatural touch, a moment where heaven comes close to earth, because God cares about you more than you could ever imagine. He sees the wounds you've kept hidden from everyone else, the disappointments you never dared to speak out loud, and the silent battles you felt too ashamed to share. He has decided that enough is enough. While you sleep tonight, God himself will begin working in the unseen, restoring what life tried to destroy and rebuilding what the enemy tried to steal. When your body rests, his hands will still be moving, healing places in your heart you thought would stay broken forever. Even the dreams that come tonight will be guided by the Holy Spirit, revealing peace, direction, and encouragement that your mind didn't know how to ask for. The emptiness you've been feeling is about to be filled by the overwhelming love of the Father who calls you his own. Peace will wrap around you like a warm blanket that no fear can penetrate. This prayer is an invitation, a holy request for the Holy Spirit to enter your room, your thoughts, and your heart with overwhelming presence. There will be no corner of your soul untouched by his comfort tonight. No fear left standing, no anxiety left to keep you awake. God is preparing an encounter meant only for you, personal and intimate enough to heal every scar you carry. The atmosphere around you is already shifting with his glory, and angels are being sent to stand guard over your rest. You are safe, because God is near. You may have ended this day feeling defeated, scattered, or disappointed by news that shook your peace. But God saw every moment, and he chose this night to restore you. He witnessed the tears, the frustration, the heaviness sitting in your chest, and he decided this is the moment everything begins to change. The pain that tried to break you will become part of a testimony so powerful it will bless others who feel the same battles you feel tonight. The Lord says you will not go to sleep alone anymore, because his presence is entering your space with love and protection. You will rise tomorrow different from how you lay down tonight. Even if you feel like no one understands the depth of your struggle, your Father understands every breath and every silent scream you hide behind your smile. God is not distant from your suffering. He is not ignoring what you feel, and he has never taken his eyes off you even for a moment. Tonight he bends down with compassion, determined to restore what has been draining your strength. He will quiet every fear that has been chasing your peace and silence every voice that tries to convince you that you are not enough. God is defending you even while you rest. His word declares in Acts 2:17 that in the last days He will pour out his Spirit on all people, releasing dreams, visions, and revelations that come straight from his heart. And tonight his promise touches your life. Heaven is preparing to communicate with you in ways that leave no doubt that he is near and moving on your behalf. God's light will illuminate things you did not understand before, giving you clarity for the steps ahead. You will experience a spiritual connection in the night where your faith awakens in a deeper way. Something divine will happen while your eyes are closed. Your room becomes holy ground the moment you welcome God in, and your heart becomes the altar where his peace will rest tonight. A sacred silence will cover you, not the silence of loneliness, but the silence of God's presence surrounding you. The weight you carried all day will begin lifting slowly, replaced by confidence that what felt destroyed will be restored completely. You will feel held, cherished, and protected like a child safe in the Father's arms. God is here, and that changes everything. Before we pray, I want to lovingly remind you to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this prayer with someone who needs hope just as much as you do. Because sharing faith is an act that brings joy to God. When you help spread light in someone else's darkness, heaven sees your compassion and releases blessings in return. There are people fighting battles silently just like you, waiting for someone to send encouragement that reminds them they are not alone anymore. By sharing, you become a messenger of peace, someone used by God to carry healing to others. Let your faith become the reason someone else believes again. Now take a deep breath and allow your heart to soften under the weight of God's love, releasing what you cannot carry anymore. Prepare your thoughts to slow down and your spirit to rise up, because God is ready to speak directly to you. Find a quiet place where distractions fade away and peace becomes stronger than worry. Close your eyes as if you are opening the door of your heart to the presence of the Holy Spirit. Get ready, because heaven is approaching. Lord my God, I enter your presence tonight with reverence, acknowledging that you are holy, powerful, and always close to those who call upon your name. I open the door of this room and the door of my heart, inviting your glory to fill every part of my atmosphere. Let your peace sweep over me like a river that silences storms and calms every anxious thought inside my mind. I ask for your presence to rest upon me with love, so deep that every worry begins to melt away. Touch me in a way only you can. Holy Spirit, breathe gently into this place, filling the air with comfort that replaces every fear trying to remain in my heart. Speak to me in whispers that awaken hope, and allow your voice to silence every loud lie that has been draining my courage. I want to feel your embrace tonight, close and real, reminding me that I belong to you and that I am never abandoned. Let the supernatural become real to me as you show me that miracles are not distant, but available right now. Visit me, Holy Spirit, and stay with me through the night. God, just as you spoke to Samuel while he slept, speak to me in the quiet hours when my mind is still and my heart is listening. Let my spirit become sensitive to every message you want to reveal, giving me dreams filled with direction, comfort, and divine insight. If there is a word I need to understand, show me clearly through visions that help me step into the future you designed for me. I believe this night is not ordinary, but a moment of heavenly encounter that will leave my life transformed. Reveal what you want me to see. I come against every source of nighttime disturbance, every nightmare, every spiritual attack, and every plan of the enemy meant to rob my rest. I declare in faith that this night is protected by the authority of Jesus Christ, and no fear will rise against me in the darkness. Lord, send your angels to surround my bed and defend me from anything that tries to steal the peace you are giving. Cover my mind, my body, and my soul with the power of the blood of Jesus, making me untouchable to every spiritual attack. My rest will be deep, safe, and healing. May my spirit align with you completely tonight, Father, moving to the rhythm of your presence and not the pressure of my worries. Allow my heart to let go of tension and pain so it can finally settle into peace. Give me a sleep so refreshing that I wake with new strength, new clarity, and a testimony on my lips that says, God visited me. Remove anything in me that tries to block your voice, whether fear, sin, or doubt. Purify my mind and prepare my soul for connection with heaven. I do not want to simply sleep tonight, Lord. I want to be encountered by you, recognized by you, and restored by your touch. Let this night be filled with prophetic dreams that carry healing and answers my heart has been longing for. Even when my eyes are closed, allow me to feel the warmth of your love, embracing every part of me. Let my soul find a rest it has not felt in a long time, the kind of rest that only comes from your presence. You are my peace, and you are welcome here. Thank you, Father, because this prayer is not spoken into emptiness, but into the ears of a God who listens with love. I know you are already here with me, and the atmosphere is shifting because faith is rising in my heart. I kneel before you spiritually, surrendering everything I used to carry alone, trusting that you are fighting for me. You pursue me with compassion, even when I feel unworthy, even when I feel lost. You call me your child, and that is the identity that strengthens me. Lord, speak to me through dreams, through visions, and through the quiet whispers that reach the deepest parts of my spirit. Give me wisdom to understand what is from you and what is not, so I will no longer be confused or misled by thoughts that bring fear. Let truth be the only voice I recognize, filling me with purpose and direction. Align my thoughts with your plan and ignite my heart with passion for everything you want to do in my life. When morning comes, may gratitude flood my eyes with tears. Visit my family as you visit me, Lord, letting this movement of your presence flow through this entire household like a spiritual wind, bringing healing and unity. Let this home become ground where your peace reigns and miracles are welcomed. Remove every heavy burden that tries to rest on our atmosphere, breaking chains of confusion, sickness, and emotional pain in the name of Jesus. Tonight will mark a breakthrough for everyone under this roof, and we will feel the difference as soon as the sun rises. Our home belongs to you. I declare that no plan of darkness will succeed against me tonight. No negative thought will overpower my peace, and no invisible enemy will disturb the rest. You promised every spiritual arrow aimed at me will be blocked by your protection, and every shadow of fear will flee at the sound of your name. My mind will be restored, my heart will be strengthened, and my spirit will rise renewed by your presence. The heavens are open over me, and your spirit is moving in places I don't even realize need transformation. Everything will unfold perfectly in your timing. I surrender every fear, every worry, and every weight pressing against my heart, dropping them at your altar where your love replaces what hurts with what heals. I recognize that nothing I face is greater than your glory, and nothing I feel is hidden from your care. If the only miracle I receive tonight is knowing you are near, that alone is more than enough for my soul to rest. Your presence is my greatest need and my greatest blessing, far above every answer I thought I needed. You are my miracle. As the world outside becomes quiet, I tune my heart to hear only you, removing distractions that try to steal my focus from your voice. No more sleepless nights fighting alone when your arms are open for me to rest in. Take my thoughts and calm them like waves being stilled by your peace. Close every door the enemy used to enter my mind and open only the door that leads to your comfort. You are my peace in the silence. Lord, if there is any place inside me still resisting your healing, enter with love and power to restore what broke and revive what faded. Go deeper than any person has ever gone, healing wounds I never had the courage to admit out loud. Restore the parts of me that feel lost, forgotten, or abandoned by life's disappointments. Make new what has been damaged by time and sorrow, bringing beauty from the ruins I carry. I want to be fully surrendered and fully restored. I lift my heart in worship, even when I feel tired, because my praise is not based on circumstances, but on your unchanging goodness. I offer you every breath of gratitude, even when the day felt impossible to survive. My surrender becomes worship, my exhaustion becomes offering, and my truth becomes devotion. You remain faithful when everything else feels uncertain, and that is why I trust you completely. You deserve all glory, even in my tears. Jesus, you are my shelter in the storm, my peace in the chaos, and my hope in the darkness, and I take refuge in you tonight. Whatever tomorrow brings, I will not face it alone, because you have already gone ahead of me with victory prepared. The world may shake, but inside my soul there will be peace, because you are my strength. When I close my eyes, I sleep under the watch of your eternal love. Nothing can separate me from you. Lord, touch my dreams tonight, and let every moment of rest become an encounter with your comfort and revelation. Even when my mind sleeps, let my spirit stay connected to your voice, learning what you whisper in the quiet. Every dream filled with fear or torment is cancelled in Jesus' name, leaving no space for darkness to speak. My sleep is holy because you are here with me, protecting every second of this night. My rest belongs to you, God. Touch every area of my life that needs transformation, my emotions that feel overwhelmed, my relationships that need healing, my finances that need provision, and my thoughts that need your peace. Where confusion has grown roots, plant clarity that strengthens my faith again. Where pain has created walls, knock them down, and let your joy rebuild what was broken. Where doubt tried to suffocate hope, let faith rise stronger than before, because when you visit, everything must change. And so, God, as I prepare to sleep, I do so with gratitude in my heart, because even before the morning comes, I know you are already working. I trust your character more than I fear the uncertainty around me, and I rest knowing I am never abandoned. Whatever tomorrow brings, you have gone before me and prepared what is best for my life. May this peace remain with me through the night and awaken me with new strength. When I rise, I will testify, God visited me tonight. There are moments in life where the pressure becomes so heavy that you wonder if your heart can take one more disappointment. And tonight might have felt like one of those moments for you. A night filled with questions that seem to have no answers. You look up to the sky and quietly wonder, Lord, do you hear me? Do you see what I'm going through? And still you try to hold on even when your hands feel weak. But I want you to know that every tear you shed has been seen and counted by God. None of your pain has been ignored. Sometimes God allows us to reach the end of our own strength, not to break us, but so we can finally fall into his arms and know that he alone sustains us. When life becomes too overwhelming for you, it is never too overwhelming for him, because his power is made perfect right when we feel the weakest. It is in the midnight hour where God often works the greatest miracles, because darkness cannot stop light from breaking through. Tonight, heaven prepares a breakthrough you didn't even know you needed. You are being carried by grace. Psalm 34:18 reminds us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And if your heart feels crushed, that scripture is speaking directly to you this very moment. God sits closer to you in the moments when you feel like you have nothing left to give, because love always draws nearer to where pain tries to hide. You are not distant from him just because you feel broken. He is closest to you right there in the middle of the pain. The enemy wants you to think you are alone, but heaven has surrounded you. You are supported more than you know. Sometimes we confuse silence with absence, thinking that if God isn't speaking loudly, then he must not be moving. But silence is often the first sign of your miracle being prepared. Just because you cannot hear him doesn't mean he stopped hearing you, and just because you can't see the change yet doesn't mean change isn't already underway. God is building what you have been praying for, but he builds in places the enemy cannot sabotage. Trust that the silence of God is not rejection, but preparation. Something divine is quietly unfolding. Even if you walked into this night feeling like your prayers have gone nowhere, Heaven has been listening the entire time, recording every request with care and intention. Your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven more times than you know, stamped with favor and protected by grace. The enemy has been trying to convince you that you are forgotten, but that lie is about to collapse under the truth of God's love. A divine reversal is coming into your story, changing the direction of things the enemy thought he could control. You are not forgotten, you are divinely remembered. God is not only working on what's hurting you, He is working on what's coming for you, preparing blessings that require time to build and faith to hold. There are victories being crafted specifically for your future, victories that will restore everything that has felt stolen or delayed. What looks like a setback today is actually a setup for something greater tomorrow, and the pain you feel now will turn into the proof of His promise later. Your story is far from over. God is still writing. Every night you cried yourself to sleep, counted as a seed planted into your future joy, because Psalm 136:5 says, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy," and your harvest season is closer than you think. The tears that once felt useless are actually watering the garden of blessings that will soon bloom in your life. You will look back and realize that none of this suffering was wasted, because God transforms sorrow into joy like only He can. Heaven is preparing joy with your name written on it. Your season of rejoicing is coming. You may not see it yet, but angels are already on assignment around you, guarding your rest, defending your spirit, and pushing back every force of darkness that tried to overwhelm you. The spiritual battles you never saw are the ones God has already won long before you even prayed. When you lie down in weakness, you rise in strength, because God never stops fighting for you. He is your protector in every hour of the night. You are surrounded by divine security. The fears that chased you today will not enter your sleep tonight, because God is placing a supernatural shield over your thoughts and emotions that nothing can penetrate. Every anxious idea that tried to shake your peace will now lose its influence and become silent under the authority of Jesus. Stress will not follow you into your dreams, and confusion will not rule your heart anymore. God is reclaiming the territory of your mind by force. Peace will reign where panic once lived. Tonight marks the beginning of something new within you, because when God touches a heart, transformation becomes unavoidable. Your faith will rise stronger, even from the ashes of the day that hurt you, and what felt like the end will become the beginning of something miraculous. God is rebuilding confidence where doubt lived, planting hope where fear once rooted itself. You will not stay the same after this night. Change is already happening inside you. You may have questioned your worth because of what you've lost or what didn't work out, but your value is not determined by circumstances that failed. God calls you worthy because He created you with love that cannot be erased by disappointment or rejection. Even when people fail to appreciate you, God calls you chosen, treasured, and designed with purpose. You are not here by accident or mistake. Your existence itself is a declaration of God's intention. Your heart may be tired, but your spirit is still fighting, and that alone is evidence of God's grace sustaining you. Weariness does not mean weakness. It means you've been strong far longer than anyone knows. God honors every sleepless night you pushed through, every battle you fought while smiling, every moment you stayed kind even when hurting. Heaven applauds your endurance. God sees the strength inside you that you don't even recognize yet. Isaiah 40:29 says He gives power to the faint and strengthens the weak. And that scripture is coming alive in you tonight, filling your soul with new energy. God will not allow you to collapse under the weight of life. He will lift you up as many times as needed until your feet are stable again. Every area drained of strength will be restored with divine power beyond human understanding. You will rise with more grace than you fell with. The Lord Himself is your strength. Your purpose is not cancelled because your progress slowed down, and your destiny is not denied because life got hard temporarily. God never rewrites your future, based on mistakes or setbacks. He redeems them and incorporates them into the story of your victory. What feels like delay is actually God making sure everything aligns perfectly for your breakthrough. You are exactly where He needs you for what comes next. Your story is still in God's hand. Sometimes the greatest testimonies are born from seasons we thought would destroy us, but those same seasons become proof of God's power. What was meant to break you will become the reason others believe in God through your life. Your survival is a miracle unfolding, a sign that you are chosen for something far beyond what you see right now. God is preparing you to carry evidence of His goodness. Your life will declare victory. Your peace, your joy, and your destiny are protected by a God who never loses battles, who never abandons His own, and who always finishes what He starts. Fear wanted to convince you that everything was falling apart. But what's truly happening is everything is falling into place according to God's plan. The enemy sees what God has spoken over your life, and that is why he fought you so fiercely. But no attack can cancel God's promise. What God has for you cannot be taken. So tonight, rest not in the comfort of your own ability, but in the confidence that God is taking over every detail of your life. Close your eyes, knowing you are wrapped in perfect love and unlimited peace. Release every fear, because God is already ahead of you preparing victory. Your tomorrow is secure under His protection. And when morning comes, hope will rise with you. Tonight, God is not only comforting you, He is strengthening the foundation of your faith so that nothing in the future will be able to shake you like before. Every battle you have faced has been preparing you to recognize God's voice and trust His plan, even when you cannot see the full picture yet. He is shaping your character so that you can carry the blessings He is about to release without fear or insecurity. The struggle is the proof that something important is being developed inside you. God is building you into someone unstoppable. There are prayers you prayed long ago that you forgot about, but God has not forgotten a single one, and some of them are finally reaching the moment of fulfillment. Delay does not mean denial, it means development, and God has been preparing what you asked for carefully, making sure it comes at the perfect time. The Lord never delivers blessings prematurely, because premature blessings can become burdens. What is coming into your life will arrive fully ready, and so will you. Everything is aligning according to His timing. God sees every unseen sacrifice, every moment you kept going when quitting felt easier, and every time you loved someone who did not appreciate you. Nothing you have done in love has been wasted, because God rewards the intentions of the heart even when people overlook the effort. The kindness you've given will return to you multiplied, not from those who hurt you but from the one who loves you perfectly. Heaven never ignores the goodness inside you. Your reward is on its way. Psalm 104 tells us that God never sleeps nor slumbers, and that means even while you rest, He is alert and attentive to every detail concerning you. While you are lying here trying to calm your thoughts, God is orchestrating divine solutions and moving pieces that you do not even see. You are never unattended, not even for 1 second, because you belong to a God who watches over you like precious treasure. His eyes are always on you. His presence never leaves you. There are people God is removing from your life, not to punish you, but to protect your purpose from those who cannot honor or support it. Sometimes God subtracts to multiply, and the loneliness you feel now will become the space where new connections rooted in love and truth will form. Do not cling to what God is releasing. Trust that He sees what you cannot. The relationships destined for your future will bring peace, not confusion. God is purifying your circle. Even the closed doors you cried over were divine blessings in disguise. Because God closed them before they could destroy you, delay you permanently, or break you deeper than you already were. You will one day thank Him for the opportunities that did not work out, realizing they were traps disguised as blessings. God's protection often looks like disappointment at first, but His no is always meant to lead you toward a better yes. His wisdom is safeguarding your future. Your heart has endured storms that would have destroyed others, And yet you are still fighting, still hoping, still believing there is more to life than suffering. That resilience is not accidental. It is the fingerprint of God's strength resting on your soul. Some days you didn't even know how you made it to the next morning, but God knew, because He carried you through every hour of pain. You are still here because grace refused to let you fall. You are stronger than your struggle. God knows the depth of your exhaustion, and He is sending rest that does not only fix your tired body, but heals your overwhelmed spirit. This rest will not be temporary. It will be a deep, refreshing restoration that revives everything inside you that has felt drained. You will wake up with a new level of energy that confuses every fear that tried to weaken you. Rest is the gift God is placing into your night. Peace is touching your soul. There have been battles inside your mind that no one knows about. Invisible struggles that kept you awake and made you question your worth. But God is silencing those battles tonight. His voice will drown out every lie the enemy spoke over your identity and future. You will no longer believe the thoughts that bring fear and insecurity. God is renewing your mindset with truth. Your mind will become a place of peace again. You are not the same person you were a year ago, and you won't be the same person tomorrow, because transformation is happening daily within you. The growth you've experienced in silence is preparing you to shine in public when God says the time is right. You have been evolving through the hardest seasons, developing wisdom, insight, and strength that will take you far. God is shaping a new version of you, and that version is powerful. Isaiah 43:19 says God is doing a new thing, making a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert, and that promise applies to you right now. Your dry seasons are ending, and refreshing waters are coming to every parched place in your life. You are stepping into divine renewal, where everything the enemy tried to wither will grow again with greater beauty. God does not restore things back to their old condition. He makes them better. Your new season is starting. You did not fail just because things got hard. You succeeded every time you decided to keep going, even though quitting tempted your heart. Endurance is victory, and you have been winning battles simply by surviving them. God honors the perseverance of those who refuse to give up even when they feel broken. He sees your courage in the middle of your tears. He calls you a warrior. The pain that once made you question your future will become the reason you embrace it with confidence, knowing that God has already proven He can carry you through anything. Your past struggles are not your identity. They are your testimony and your evidence of survival. You are meant for victories that you once thought were unreachable. Hope will rise stronger than the hurt. Your future is full of promise. There are blessings coming that will make you forget the nights you wondered if God still remembered you, because joy will hit your life so unexpectedly that it will erase years of sorrow. God is storing miracles for the exact moment when you need them most, and when they arrive, you will realize He was always working behind the scenes. The turnaround will be so powerful that tears of relief will replace tears of pain. God always saves the best for late. Your joy is about to overflow. Every chain that has restricted your progress is being broken by the authority of Jesus Christ, and you will walk freely into opportunities that once seemed blocked. The spiritual resistance you felt was not proof that you were failing, but proof that something valuable is on the other side. The enemy only fights what threatens him. Your breakthrough is dangerous to darkness. You deserve the love God is preparing for you, the opportunities He is aligning for you, and the joy He is restoring in you, because you are His child and His plans for you are good. You were never meant to settle for pain disguised as love, or fear disguised as comfort. God is elevating your standards to match the greatness He placed inside you. You will receive what matches your worth. You will no longer accept less than God's best. Tonight, take comfort, knowing that God has already stepped into your tomorrow, adjusted what needed to change, and secured every blessing meant for you. You are walking into a future that is protected, guided, and full of grace. All you must do now is rest in His promises, trusting that what he spoke will come to pass. Your morning will bring signs of his movement. Peace is already rewriting your story. Your heart is safe in his hands. Your story is safe in his plan, and your future is safe under his glory, and no weapon formed against you will be able to prosper. God has gone before you, stands beside you, and is covering you from behind. Nothing can stop what he has prepared. Rest in his love, and let peace take over your night. God is watching over you even now. There is a healing taking place tonight, not only in your body, but deep in your soul, where wounds have been hidden for far too long. Wounds that no one else ever noticed, but God saw every day. You have carried pain in silence because you didn't want to burden anyone, but God says you were never a burden, and your tears were never too much for him. Every internal scar you tried to ignore is being touched by his loving hands right now. What once felt unbearable will soon become a testimony of his restoration. God is restoring what life tried to break. The enemy has been trying to convince you that things will never get better. But that is because he knows what God is preparing for you next. Satan attacks what threatens him the most, and your future terrifies him because he sees the greatness God placed inside you. The intensity of your battle is not proof of defeat, but proof of destiny. When heaven has chosen you, hell notices. You are chosen and protected by divine purpose. Your heart has been through seasons where trust was broken and love was taken for granted, leaving you cautious about letting people in again. But God is healing that part of you that fears connection, restoring your ability to feel safe in love that comes from him. He will bring people into your life who honor your heart instead of hurting it. People who see your value and cherish your presence. You will not always feel alone like this. Love will find you in truth. Jeremiah 29:11 declares that God has plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, and those plans include every detail of your healing and restoration. God is not improvising with your life. He has a clear purpose that has been set since before you were born. The setbacks you faced did not cancel his plan, they prepared you for it. You are stepping into a divine future that cannot be taken from you. Hope will rise again. Fear has tried to hold you hostage, convincing you that the worst possible outcome is the only one possible. But fear is a liar, and its voice is losing power tonight. It tried to paralyze your decisions, silence your prayers, and weaken your confidence. But God is replacing fear with boldness. You are not walking into the future afraid anymore. You are walking into the future empowered. Courage will speak louder than panic. God is breaking every mental chain that has kept you stuck in cycles of overthinking and self-doubt, bringing clarity where confusion once lived. The battles in your mind do not define who you are. They simply reveal how important your purpose is. The enemy targeted your thoughts because he could not touch your calling. But tonight, God is reclaiming your thoughts with his truth. Your mind will be renewed. There were nights you went to sleep angry at life, not understanding why things had to happen the way they did, wishing God would explain why certain pain was allowed. But one day soon, you will look back and understand that the struggle was leading you to something better. What feels like heartbreak today will become the proof that God redirected you lovingly. The unexpected will make sense. His purpose will be revealed. You are not behind in life. No matter how many comparisons have tried to make you believe otherwise, because God operates on a different timeline than the world. There is no delay in his calendar, only preparation and perfect alignment. Everything you thought you missed will come back around more beautifully when it is time. God is positioning your victory, not postponing it. You are right on schedule. Every dark valley you survived has taught you more strength than any easy season ever could. And your endurance is proof that you are built for greatness. The enemy tried to bury you, but God made sure those same pressures made you grow. Your roots have become deeper, your faith has become stronger, and your wisdom has expanded beyond what pain intended. You have evolved through adversity. You are emerging powerful. The Holy Spirit is hovering over your life tonight, like a gentle wind, bringing peace into every anxious space of your heart. And where He is present, no fear can remain. He is comforting you in ways the world never could, filling the emptiness that people left behind. You will feel a warmth inside you that is not emotional. It is spiritual and divine. God is drawing near to you. His presence is surrounding you. There are blessings coming that are so big they will shock you. Blessings that will reveal why God asked you to wait longer than you wanted. You were not waiting for the blessing, He was preparing you for it. God never gives something great to someone whose heart is still wounded and unready. So He healed you before He elevated you. The wait was not punishment, it was preparation. You are being elevated into abundance. Your strength is not measured by how much you show on the outside, but by how many times your heart broke, without letting your faith break with it. God has seen every moment you whispered prayers into your pillow, begging for peace just to survive the night. He honors that kind of silent faith, the kind that continues even when tears fall. That faith is the reason your breakthrough is guaranteed. Your prayers have always had power. Your destiny is calling you louder than your past ever has. And God is shutting the doors behind you that would drag you backward. You will not return to old habits, old fears, old relationships, or old versions of yourself that kept you stuck. What is ahead is greater than what is behind, and God is making sure nothing from the past can follow you into your future. You are stepping forward into purpose. The best is not behind you, it's before you. As you rest tonight, God is cleansing your spirit from bitterness, resentment, and emotional heaviness that has been weighing you down secretly. You do not need to hold on to the pain any longer, because God is replacing everything lost with something greater. You will breathe easier, love deeper, and smile more freely again. Freedom is entering your heart. Healing is taking over. Your story may have begun with brokenness, but it will not end there. The same God who allowed the struggle will make sure the victory is far more beautiful. What once felt like the end of you will become the reason others find hope through you. God is writing a miracle that will make every tear worth it. You are becoming someone transformed by grace. Your ending will be greater than your beginning. Every unanswered question will soon be replaced by praise and understanding, because God never allows confusion without planning revelation. In the right time, the pieces will fit, the story will make sense, and your heart will sigh in relief. What frustrated you will become clarity. What scared you will become testimony. God will show you the why. If you could see what God sees ahead of you, you would not worry for another second, because the blessings He has stored for you are overflowing. He already sees you celebrating victories that you have not even prayed for yet, smiling in joy you once thought was impossible to feel. Heaven is ahead of you, waiting with gifts wrapped in grace. Peace is ahead of you. Restoration is ahead of you. So breathe tonight, knowing that you are being watched over by the God who holds galaxies in His hands and still chooses to care deeply for your heart. Nothing that tries to come against you will succeed, because God Himself is guarding your rest. Relax your mind and trust that tomorrow is already blessed with divine favor. You are safe in His presence tonight. Even in the dark, God is the light surrounding you. Tonight, God is lifting burdens off your heart that you thought you would have to carry forever, burdens that made you feel older on the inside than your years on the outside. He is removing the weight of regret and fear that has pressed heavily on your chest with each passing night. You are not meant to live every day fighting invisible battles alone. God is stepping in to carry what your strength can no longer hold. Relief is coming to your soul. There are nights when sleep feels impossible because the mind won't stop replaying everything that went wrong, everything that hurt, and everything that still feels uncertain. But tonight, those thoughts are being silenced one by one as God replaces them with promises of peace. You will rest knowing that your future is guided by the one who created time itself. God has already entered tomorrow before you get there. You can finally exhale. Psalm 91:11 says that God will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways, and that includes the moments when your eyes are closed and you are at your most vulnerable. Angels are surrounding your bed right now, protecting, watching, and fighting battles you cannot see. Darkness cannot pass through the shield God has placed around you. You are defended by heaven. You are safe tonight. You have walked through seasons where you loved deeply and were hurt deeply, and those experiences left you hesitant to trust again. God understands that hesitation because he saw how much you gave and how little you received in return. But he will not let betrayal define your heart or make you believe that love always ends with pain. He is healing the trust that was broken. You will love again without fear. Sometimes God allows heartbreak because he knows what he is removing from your life would only block what he wants to bless you with later. The loss wasn't a punishment, it was protection disguised as pain. There are things you prayed for that God refused to give because he knew you deserved more than what you were begging to keep. What left was not meant for your future. What stayed is preparing for your blessing. You tried to stay strong for everyone else, holding your emotions inside because you didn't want to appear weak or needy. But God is telling you tonight that vulnerability with him is a place of healing, not shame. He already knows the tears you never cried out loud. He already knows the fears behind every forced smile. You do not have to pretend with God. You can simply be his child. The enemy wanted you to believe that things will always be this hard, but that lie is breaking tonight because God is stepping into your reality with power and compassion. Where the enemy tried to apply pressure, God is applying peace. Where darkness tried to intimidate you, God is showing his strength. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness because of what God placed inside you. The enemy fears what you are becoming. Every prayer you whispered in exhaustion traveled directly into God's hands, and he has been holding each one until the perfect moment to release the answer. You asked for a breakthrough, and heaven responded. You asked for direction, and God has already prepared the next steps. Your answers are closer than your doubts. Your miracle is already in motion. Isaiah 41:10 reminds you not to fear, because God is with you, not to be dismayed, because he is your God, and he will strengthen, help, and uphold you with his righteous hand. That means you never walk through any battle alone, ever. Even in the hardest moments when you felt abandoned, God stood beside you unseen. He never left your side. His hand never let you fall beyond his reach. There is a warrior spirit inside you that even heartbreak could not destroy, a strength that even fear could not silence. You survived nights that were meant to break you, and that survival is the reason the enemy knows he has already lost. God kept you alive because your purpose is still alive. You are destined for joy that will overshadow every painful chapter. Your strength is a miracle in motion. The dreams God placed inside your heart are not random ideas. They are divine seeds meant to grow into something greater than you ever imagined. Even when you doubt yourself, God never doubts what he put inside you. The journey ahead may feel big, but the God who called you is bigger. You are equipped, chosen, and prepared for greatness. Your dreams are safe in his hands. You may think you lost time because of delays and detours, but God is a redeemer of time, and he restores everything that felt wasted. Nothing in your life is too late for him to rewrite beautifully. He can accelerate miracles that instantly make up for years of struggle. God does not rush, but when he moves, it is always on time. Your comeback will happen faster than your setback. Some nights, fear disguises itself as imagination and fills your thoughts with the worst-case scenarios, stealing peace before anything even goes wrong. But tonight, imagination will no longer be a weapon against you. Instead, God will use your imagination to create hopeful visions of your future. You will dream bigger, expect better, and look forward instead of backward. Hope will be your new default. Fear will lose its influence. Every area where you felt weak and tired is being strengthened by the breath of God, and you will wake up renewed with an energy that surprises you. You will rise with motivation, clarity, and divine confidence you haven't felt in a long time. Even the things that once felt overwhelming will become manageable under God's grace. Strength is returning to you. This night is your turning point. Your life is a story full of chapters God Himself is writing, and this painful part is not the conclusion. It is just the setup for redemption. What looks like defeat will be remembered as the plot twist that led your victory. Your testimony is being written in the dark, so it can shine brightly in the light. God is not done writing. The best chapters are the ones you haven't seen yet. God is healing the version of you that learned to survive, so that you can finally learn to thrive. He is teaching your heart to trust again, to rest again, and to believe that life can become joyful once more. Survival was necessary for a season, but now restoration is required for your destiny. You will not stay broken. You will rise healed. Every spiritual chain that has held your joy hostage is breaking tonight under the authority of Jesus Christ. Anxiety is losing control. Worry is losing its grip. Peace is becoming the atmosphere of your soul. Freedom is being declared over your life. You are stepping into victory. So let your heart settle in the knowledge that God is here right now, closer than every fear, stronger than every worry, and more faithful than any darkness that tried to overcome you. Rest knowing that He is working, healing, and preparing a beautiful tomorrow. You are not only going to make it, you are going to thrive. Tonight, peace belongs to you. Tonight, God is calming every anxious thought that has been running through your mind faster than peace could catch up. The mental storms that have been loud and heavy are quieting now under the power of His presence. You don't have to keep fighting for silence. God is giving you supernatural peace. That peace will refresh your heart and clear your mind. You will rest without fear tonight. God knows how exhausted your soul has been. Not just your body, but the part of you that tries to stay strong, even when hope feels like it's fading. He sees the pressure you try to hide behind your strength. But you do not need to pretend with Him. He understands every burden, even when you can't find the words to explain them. Tonight He is lifting the pressure from your chest. You will breathe again with ease. There are battles that have been invisible to others, but painfully real to you. Battles that made you feel misunderstood and alone. God knows those struggles intimately, and He has already spoken victory over them. You are not fighting to win anymore. You are fighting from a place where the victory is already guaranteed. God has already declared the outcome. You are on the winning side. Romans 8:31 reminds you that if God is for you, who can be against you? No enemy has the authority to remove what God has promised. No attack can cancel your destiny. God's protection surrounds your purpose like a fortress. You cannot lose what heaven has secured. Every disappointment you faced was not the end. It was simply redirection. Because God has been guiding every step of your journey, even when the path looked unclear. The wrong doors closed to protect you from settling beneath your calling. The right doors will open at a moment you least expect, where others overlooked you. God has appointed you. You are still chosen. Healing doesn't always happen with loud miracles. Sometimes it begins quietly in the heart, with a simple realization that God never abandoned you. The fact that you are still standing after so much pain proves that divine strength has been carrying you. God doesn't always remove the struggle immediately. Sometimes He gives unshakable strength to endure it. And that strength has kept you alive. You are a living miracle. Your future may feel uncertain from where you stand, but God sees beyond this moment, beyond this season, beyond every obstacle that terrifies you. He has already prepared the victory you will step into. You are walking into blessings that are ready for you. Uncertainty is turning into clarity. Confusion is turning into direction. The enemy tried to make you doubt your worth by surrounding you with people who couldn't recognize it. But God is about to bring individuals into your life who see you through His eyes and honor the value He placed within you. You will no longer be underestimated or unappreciated. God is aligning the right relationships that will lift you, not drain you. Your tribe is coming. You didn't lose when that person walked away. You were saved from a future that would have held more pain than love. What left was not meant to stay. What is meant to stay will never leave. God is protecting your heart by removing what would have destroyed your peace. Trust His separation. Every tear that has fallen from your eyes has been noticed by the Lord, and none of them have been wasted. Tears are prayers too, and heaven collects them with tenderness. God has seen your heartbreak, but He is also writing your healing. Joy is coming back to your life. Laughter will return to your lips. There is a strength rising inside you that is bigger than your fear, a holy confidence that reminds you that you are not fighting on your own. God is empowering you to stand firm in faith, even when everything around you feels uncertain. You are learning to trust Him in deeper ways than ever before. Your confidence is not in what you see, but in who God is. You are supported by divine strength. You have been worried about things that God already resolved. You have been stressing over problems that heaven already fixed. What you fear is not as powerful as you think, because God is already ahead of every situation. He is clearing the path before you. Tomorrow will not look like today. Isaiah 54:17 declares that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and that means the weapons may form, but they will never win. You have endured attacks that should have broken you, yet here you are still standing, still believing, still hoping. That is evidence of God's protection. The enemy can try, but he cannot triumph. You are divinely guarded. You are not forgotten or overlooked by God. He has been preparing something incredible specifically for you. Heaven has seen your wait, your sacrifice, and your persistence when no one else did. Nothing God promised you will be given to someone else. What has your name on it is secured in eternity. Your portion cannot be stolen. There were moments when you begged God for immediate change because your heart felt too weak to endure another day of waiting. But God knew that your strength was growing in the wait. What felt like delay was actually development. God has been preparing you with patience, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. You will understand the blessing more deeply because you were prepared for it. You will not receive it confused. You will receive it ready. You are stepping into a season where the peace of God will overpower every anxiety, where blessings will outweigh every battle, and where clarity will replace every doubt. What is ahead is not just better, it is blessed. God is lifting you higher than the pain could ever push you down. Your story is rising. Your victories are coming. Nothing can stop God's promises from manifesting in your life. Not the past, not fear, not people, not the enemy, not even your own mistakes. His grace covers gaps that you thought would ruin everything. He is faithful to finish what He began in you. His purpose cannot be undone. Your life is destined for greatness. So tonight, simply rest. Lay every worry at God's feet and trust that He is handling what is out of your control. Tomorrow will arrive with new mercies, new hope, and new strength. You are protected, cherished, and carried by the one who never fails. Peace is filling your heart now, and God is watching over you. God is giving you peace tonight that does not depend on circumstances, emotions, or the opinions of others, but peace that flows directly from His presence and remains even when life feels chaotic. This peace will settle into every part of your heart that has been restless and uneasy. You will sleep knowing that the God who controls everything is in control of your life too. What once caused fear will now lose its power. Peace is guarding you. There are things you have been begging God to remove, but instead of removing them, He has been strengthening you to rise above them. The challenge is not evidence of God's absence. It is proof that He is preparing you to carry more than you thought possible. You are being trained to lead, endure, and thrive. What feels like pressure now will become the reason you prosper later. God is building greatness within you. You have asked God for clarity and direction, and even though it has felt slow, He is aligning the right path, exactly where you stand. He is not delaying your breakthrough. He is positioning you perfectly for it. One simple shift from heaven can move you into a future you never imagined. God is organizing the details behind the scenes. Divine alignment is already happening. Sometimes God allows closed doors not because He is punishing you, but because He is protecting you from entering places where your heart would be mishandled. Rejection is often redirection, and God has saved you from more pain than you will ever know. The doors that are meant for you will open easily, peacefully, and without confusion. What is yours will find its way. What is not will fall away. Psalm 37:23 says, "The steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord," which means your path is not random, and your journey is not accidental. Even the parts that felt messy and unclear were used by God to guide you toward purpose. He has never let you walk blindly. He has been leading you through every season. Your steps are divinely directed. There are people who could not stay in your life because they were not assigned to your future, and their departure was necessary for your elevation. God knew what would happen if they remained, so He removed them before they could sabotage your blessing. What felt like loss was actually protection. God guards what is sacred, including you. Your future connections will carry honor. Your heart is learning to trust again, not because life has been kind, but because God has proven Himself faithful. He has shown you glimpses of what is coming, reminding you that pain is not permanent. Hope is returning in a deeper way than before. You are believing again, and that is a miracle. The strength you have developed through hardship is unlocking doors that ease never could. Comfort grows weakness, but battle grows warriors, and God has been raising a warrior inside you. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victor rising from adversity. Your story is powerful. Your spirit is unbreakable. There were seasons where you felt unseen, unheard, and unnoticed by the world, but heaven never ignored you for a moment. God paid attention to everything, every silent tear, every lonely night, every prayer whispered in secrecy. He treasures your heart with indescribable love. You are precious to Him. You have always mattered, even when you doubted yourself. God never doubted the calling He placed inside you. He sees you as capable, chosen, and destined for impact. You are carrying gifts the world has not experienced yet. God knows what He created you to be. You are becoming who you were always meant to become. Isaiah 40:31 promises that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles, run and not grow weary, walk and not faint. This promise is activating in your life right now. Strength is being renewed. Endurance is being expanded. You will soar where you once struggled. God is lifting you higher. Your victories will not be small or quiet, but noticeable and undeniable, because God wants people to see what His grace can do through someone who refused to give up. Your testimony will inspire others to believe again. Your breakthrough will shift environments. God is not just giving you enough, He is blessing you abundantly. Overflow is coming. The fear that once controlled your decisions will lose power as God fills you with bold faith and courageous confidence. You will not hesitate or doubt like before. The enemy cannot intimidate someone who knows they are backed by heaven. You are stepping into holy boldness. You are walking in fearless purpose. God is healing every part of you that still feels wounded from past seasons. What once triggered pain will soon trigger praise. Your heart will not stay broken. It is being renewed with divine love. Healing is unfolding silently and beautifully. You are becoming whole again. Every lie spoken against you, every judgment, every misunderstanding is being overturned by God's truth. What others believed about you does not define you. God is rewriting your narrative with grace and honor. Your identity is secured in Him. You will rise above every false word. Your purpose is bigger than the pain that tried to destroy you. And God will use what hurt you to help others heal. Your story will not go to waste. Every trial will become wisdom. Every tear will become revelation. You are being equipped to be a light to others. Tonight, God is giving you rest that reaches deeper than sleep, rest that restores your soul. He is calming the inner battles and steadying the worries that once overtook your peace. You will wake refreshed, renewed, and revived. This night is blessed. Your rest is divine. So as you close your eyes, know that God is surrounding you with love, strengthening you with hope, and preparing you for a tomorrow filled with joy and victory. You are not stepping into a random future. You are stepping into God's promise. Everything is working for your good. Rest, because God is working. Tonight, God is lifting the heaviness from your spirit that has been building up over months of silent battles and unspoken fears, the kind of heaviness that made your heart feel tired even when your body was resting. He knows how long you have been trying to hold everything together. He knows the nights you cried quietly so you wouldn't worry anyone. You don't have to be strong right now. God is being strong for you. His strength is covering every weakness. There are blessings already prepared for you that are simply waiting for you to heal enough to receive them without fear or doubt. God is not withholding anything from you. He is preparing you so that the blessing becomes a joy and never a burden. You are growing into the person who can handle the weight of answered prayers. Nothing will be wasted. Everything has a purpose. God has heard every prayer that left your lips, and even the ones that remained trapped in your heart because you didn't know how to express them. He sees your desires, even the ones you forgot how to hope for. Your heart is not being overlooked. Your voice matters to heaven. God is responding in His perfect timing. Psalm 46:1 reminds you that God is your refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, and that promise applies to you right now. He is not distant, impatient, or slow. He is close, attentive, and fully aware of what you need most. You are not navigating uncertainty by yourself. God is guiding you with gentle precision. His help is already on the way. You have been through situations that felt like they were designed to break your spirit, but instead they built spiritual authority inside you. You are stronger because of what you survived. Every trial gave you wisdom. Every scar gave you understanding. You now carry strength you once prayed for. Nothing was wasted. There is a version of you emerging from this season that will not crumble when pressure rises or when fear tries to return. You are developing resilience that comes from faith, not just survival. God is shaping you to be bold and spiritually mature. You will no longer react with fear. You will respond with faith. Your future self will thank you for holding on tonight. The enemy tried so hard to make you quit because he could see the breakthrough that you could not. The closer you get to victory, the louder the attack becomes. But attacks are just evidence that you're advancing. Hell only fights what heaven favors. You are favored by God. You have carried burdens that were never meant to remain on your shoulders forever. God is releasing you from responsibilities that drained you and expectations that crushed you. What was heavy will become light. What was overwhelming will become manageable. You will breathe easier moving forward. God is rewriting your confidence, making sure it is no longer built on the approval of others, but on His unchanging love for you. You will no longer need validation to feel valuable. God calls you worthy. God calls you chosen. God calls you His beloved. That is your identity now. Every time you forgave, when you had every reason to hold a grudge, heaven took notice. Every time you helped others, even when your own soul needed help, heaven took notice. Every time you chose love over bitterness, God honored your heart. Your compassion is going to return to you multiplied. You will harvest everything you sowed in tears. Nothing in your life has been random, and even the pain had a purpose, to bring you closer to God and to reveal the strength within you that only struggle could unlock. The enemy thought he was destroying you, but God was developing you. What looked like a setback was spiritual training. You are equipped for victory. Isaiah 43:2 says that when you walk through the fire, You will not be burned. And when you pass through deep waters, they will not overwhelm you. This means your survival was never a question. God already decided your victory. The flames tried to consume you, but they refined you instead. The waters tried to drown you, but they carried you into new territory. You are protected by divine authority. There is joy waiting for you that will feel like fresh morning sunlight after years of long nights. It will feel unfamiliar at first, because you've grown used to battles and survival. But happiness will not feel unfamiliar for long. God is reteaching your heart how to feel joy again. You will not only survive, you will smile again. The enemy tried to create insecurity by attacking your identity, but God is reminding you who you are: chosen, loved, redeemed, and purposeful. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to shine. The world needs what God placed inside you. You are a light created for dark places. Your presence carries purpose. There is favor coming that will open doors without effort, that will introduce you to opportunities you never imagined, that will place you in rooms your pain once disqualified you from. God is making sure the next season reflects how faithfully you trusted Him in this one. Elevation is already planned. Favor is about to surprise you. As you sleep tonight, God is pushing away every dark voice that tried to convince you that your best days are behind you. Your story is far from finished. Peace is rewriting your thoughts. Hope is rewriting your expectations. God is rewriting your future. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place, into purpose, into blessing, into healing. Everything you've been through has been preparation for what is coming next. You will rise stronger. You will rise healed. You will rise victorious. Rest now with the confidence that God is not only near, He is working. He is surrounding your night with protection, your mind with peace, and your future with favor. You are covered by His love. You are safe in His hands. Tonight, God is restoring everything that worry tried to steal from you, from your peace of mind to your confidence in the future, and even the sleep that has been chased away by constant overthinking. He knows how your heart has longed for relief, how your mind has begged for silence, and how your soul has cried for rest. And He is answering those cries right now. Peace is returning to every anxious place inside you. Calm is settling over your whole being. There were nights when you felt like the battle inside you was too much to handle, and fear whispered that you would never get through it. But here you are, a living testimony that God never abandoned you. You survived attacks designed to break you, because heaven fought for you. Your survival is not small, it is supernatural. Victory has been your story all along. God has seen you carry burdens quietly, while showing strength publicly, and He knows how draining that has been for your soul. But tonight is a night of real healing, not temporary relief. He is mending the broken places that were never supposed to stay wounded. He is bringing restoration to every part of you. What was shattered will become whole again. Psalm 147:3 says that God heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, meaning every emotional scar is receiving divine attention and care. He is not ignoring your pain or rushing your recovery. He is loving you into healing piece by piece, moment by moment. You will not live with the same heaviness tomorrow that you carried today. Healing is happening right now. You have asked God why certain relationships and seasons had to end so painfully. But His answer is wrapped in protection and wisdom. What left was not meant to remain, no matter how much you wished it could. God did not take anything from you that He planned to use for your future. He removed what would have limited your blessings. Protection sometimes feels like loss. Every silent battle you fought has become a spiritual weapon that the enemy fears. You learned resilience, faith, and endurance through storms that others will never know about. You became stronger in the dark than many become in the light. God elevated your capacity through adversity. Your strength was trained in warfare. You are stepping into a season where the same areas that once brought you to tears will bring you to worship, because God is reversing what the enemy tried to use to destroy you. The story is changing. The narrative is shifting. Pain is turning into testimony. You will soon give thanks for what once broke you, because now it builds you. Your identity is being redefined by God's truth instead of your past's mistakes or people's opinions. What others think about you no longer has permission to control your confidence. God calls you chosen, redeemed, and loved with everlasting purpose. That is who you are. That is who you will remain. There have been moments when you questioned your worth because people failed to see your value, but their blindness never changed your beauty or importance. You are treasured by God, and His love is not based on how others treat you. Your worth is eternal, unshakable, and divine. You are enough, exactly as God created you. Nothing can diminish your value. The loneliness you have felt at times was not a sign that you are unloved. It was a season where God separated you for deeper transformation. He needed your attention, your heart, and your healing. Isolation was not abandonment, it was preparation. You were being rebuilt in quiet places. God was strengthening your inner foundation. Isaiah 61:7 promises that instead of shame, you will receive double honor, and instead of humiliation, you will rejoice in your portion. God has seen every unfair moment, every injustice, every time you were misunderstood or mistreated. And He is turning your pain into promotion. Honor will replace every hurt. Blessings will replace every disappointment. Your tears have watered seeds of breakthrough that are about to grow into blessings you have waited long for. Nothing you endured was pointless. Every battle equipped you. Every loss taught you. Every fear strengthened you. The harvest of your patience is coming. The enemy tried to make you believe that the hard season would last forever, but God is shifting your life from darkness into light. He is opening windows where you only saw walls. He is making a way in places that looked permanently blocked. Transition is happening. Your breakthrough is near. You are not who you used to be, and God celebrates the growth that others overlooked. You have healed privately while continuing to love publicly. That kind of heart is rare and cherished by heaven. God honors your compassion. You are becoming the healed healer. Every fear-driven thought is being replaced with faith-filled truth. You are learning to trust in God's plan, even when you don't understand the process. Peace is becoming your new mindset. Courage is becoming your new instinct. Faith is becoming your new foundation. Tonight is not just another night. It is a spiritual turning point where God is closing the door on sorrow and opening the door to joy. The shift will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. You will feel it in your heart before you see it with your eyes. Joy is rising. Victory is coming. God is covering you with protection that darkness cannot penetrate, assigning angels to stand guard around you as you sleep. Every plan of the enemy fails in the presence of God. You are safe, you are loved, and you are defended. Peace surrounds you tonight. Heaven is watching over you. Rest now knowing that God has already written a future filled with blessings, healing, and divine surprises that will leave you speechless. Nothing can stop what He has prepared for you. Your story is wrapped in His promises. You are secure in His love. Tomorrow will reveal His glory. Tonight, the peace of God is reaching into the deepest parts of your soul, where old wounds have been hiding, the places you pushed aside because facing them felt too heavy. God is gently bringing healing where you didn't even realize healing was still needed. Pain that has lived quietly in your heart is being uprooted and replaced with wholeness. You don't have to carry old hurt into new seasons. God is making all things new within you. God is proud of the way you have kept your heart soft, even while walking through seasons that could have turned it cold. You continued to care for others, even when no one cared for you in the way you needed. You continued to hope, even when circumstances gave you many reasons to quit. Heaven honors what you endured silently. You are stronger in love than any hurt that tried to change you. There were times when you asked God, "Why me?" when everything seemed unfair and overwhelming. But soon your question will change to, "How is this my life?" When blessings overtake you and joy becomes your new normal. The shift is already happening. God is turning sorrow into celebration. You will be amazed at the transformation. Psalm 35 reminds us that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning, and your morning is closer than you think. Every night of tears has been counted by God and is being exchanged for joy beyond what you imagined. You will wake up one day and realize the suffering season ended without you even noticing the exact moment. Joy is waiting just beyond the horizon. Morning is coming quickly. You may not see the whole picture yet, but God is piecing everything together perfectly. Nothing in your story is fragmented or forgotten. Every delay has a purpose. Every detour has direction. Every closed door has protection. God's plan for you has always been intentional. What felt like confusion will become clarity. The places where you felt small will become the very places where God shows you how powerful He has made you. The moments where you felt weak will become memories that prove His strength never failed. Your story is turning into one that inspires others to believe again. What tried to diminish you will elevate you instead. God is turning the table. You have come too far to go back to the person you used to be. Growth has changed you, challenges have shaped you, and grace has strengthened you. You are stepping into a wiser and more resilient version of yourself. The old season cannot contain who you are becoming. You are rising into a greater identity. The enemy tried to break your spirit because he saw the calling you carry, but he failed because God surrounded your life with purpose that cannot be touched by darkness. What the enemy tried to destroy will become the proof of God's greatness in your story. The attack backfired. You are becoming unstoppable because grace guarded your future. There is a supernatural shift happening in the atmosphere of your life, one that will take you from fighting for blessings to simply receiving them with ease. God is cutting off the struggle that has lasted too long. Your season of constant battle is ending. A season of favor is beginning. Blessings are coming to you without resistance. People who doubted you will soon witness the undeniable hand of God at work in your life. Not to shame them, but to show them what faith and perseverance look like when heaven supports a person's calling. God will publicly honor you after you privately trusted Him. Your testimony will speak louder than explanations ever could. God Himself will defend your name. Isaiah 55:11 promises that God's word will never return void, but will accomplish what He sent it to do. Meaning every promise God whispered over your life is still active and unstoppable. Not one promise will fail. You will see the fulfillment of what He spoke. Your future is already written in victory. God's word over your life stands strong and secure. The exhaustion you feel is a sign of spiritual warfare because breakthrough is near, and the enemy hopes that fatigue will make you quit early. But God is renewing your strength tonight. What felt heavy will feel light again. What felt impossible will seem simple under God's grace. Your strength is returning like the morning sun. You are learning to let go of what was never meant to stay, and as you release what drains you, God will fill that space with things that bless you. Your life is being pruned so that greater growth can take place. Anything that cannot grow with you is being removed. This is not loss, it is preparation for abundance. You are making room for better. Every time you choose faith over fear, heaven celebrates because that decision shifts your destiny forward. Fear has been loud, but your faith is becoming louder. You are stepping into boldness. You are believing again with expectation. God is rewarding your courage. Your heart will soon feel lighter than it has in years, because God is removing every hidden weight you were never meant to carry. Joy will feel natural again. Peace will feel familiar again. Hope will feel comfortable again. God is restoring your emotional balance. You will feel whole again. All the things you begged God for are closer than your doubts want you to believe. The manifestation is on the horizon. Your miracle is in motion. The finish line is within reach. God is not finished with you. He is just getting started. Tonight, God is surrounding your sleep with angels who defend, who guard, and who bring calm to every restless part of your heart. What tormented you before will no longer follow you into your rest. Peace is your portion. Protection is your covering. God is your shelter. Rest now knowing that the God who has never failed anyone will not fail you either. You are stepping into days filled with answers, blessings, and breakthroughs you prayed and cried for. Your tomorrow will shine brighter than the darkest nights you survived. Everything is turning in your favor. Tonight, God is reminding you that your story is far from over, and the chapters ahead of you are filled with restoration, unexpected blessings, and beautiful surprises that will make sense of everything you have endured. He has been preparing breakthroughs that will feel like sudden miracles but are actually answers that have been forming for a long time. Nothing you lost will compare to what God is bringing. Nothing the enemy tried will stop what is coming. The best of your life has not yet happened. Your heart has carried grief that very few understood, grief that often visited you at night when silence made everything feel heavier. But God is lifting that grief from you now, replacing heaviness with hope and sorrow with strength. The pain that once overwhelmed you is losing its power. Your heart is learning to beat freely again. God is healing you deeply. There were moments when you questioned if God saw your suffering, but He was there in every tear, holding you close through every silent battle. He watched you walk through fire, not alone, but with angels guarding every step. You didn't see them, but heaven was fighting for you. Not one moment of your pain went unnoticed. God has been with you all along. Psalm 23:4 reminds you that even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil because God is with you, and that truth has been the reason you survived nights that tried to break you. The valley was never your destination. It was only part of the journey. You are moving forward now. God is guiding you into peace. Fear no longer has a place in your heart. Your prayers have power, even when you feel weak, and heaven is responding to the words you speak in faith. God is moving in ways you cannot yet understand. While you rest, He works. While you wait, He aligns everything perfectly. Your prayer is not forgotten. It is active and alive. You may not understand the timing of God, but His timing is perfect and always in your favor. What took longer than expected will be worth the wait when you finally see the blessing. God is not slow. He is specific. He is preparing you for something extraordinary. Delay is development. God is breaking every generational burden that tried to pass itself into your life, and you will be the one who changes the story for your family. What caused pain in past generations will end with you. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one chosen to rise. God is rewriting your legacy. The dreams you have are not too big for God. They are too big for you to accomplish without Him, and that is why He placed them in your heart. He wants you to dream at a level that requires His help. Impossible is His specialty. What seems unreachable will soon be in your hands. Faith will turn visions into reality. The enemy wanted your struggles to silence you, but instead, they taught you how to pray deeper, fight stronger, and believe harder. You are more dangerous to darkness now than ever before. Your endurance is a weapon. Your survival is a testimony. Your faith is unstoppable. Isaiah 43:1 declares that God has called you by name and says, "You are mine," and that declaration alone is enough to silence every lie of the enemy that tried to convince you that you are alone or forgotten. You belong to God, and that means protection, purpose, and victory are guaranteed. Nothing can steal what God has claimed. Nothing can change His love for you. You are His forever. You are stepping into a season where your faith will not feel like a battle but like a breath of fresh air. The things that once drained you will no longer have authority over you. Peace will become your atmosphere. Joy will become your expectation. Blessings will become your normal. People who once misunderstood you will one day ask how you kept going, and the answer will simply be, God. You didn't survive by strength alone, you survived by grace. God held you through storms others thought would destroy you, and now He will elevate you in ways others thought were impossible. His glory will be seen through your life. Every fear-based thought is being replaced with truth from heaven, and your mind is stepping into a new level of peace. Negative voices will not rule you anymore. Anxiety will not write your decisions. Doubt will not hold you back. God is renewing your mind with hope and confidence. Your thoughts will align with His promises. Those nights when you felt isolated were actually nights when God was calling you closer to Him, removing distractions and shifting your focus from people to His presence. Isolation produced intimacy. Silence produced revelation. What felt like loneliness was actually divine preparation. God has been shaping your spirit for greatness. Your heart is being softened in the best way, no longer vulnerable to destruction, but open to new joy, new love, and new beginnings that reflect God's goodness. Love will return to you in a form that honors you and protects you. The past will not repeat itself. You will be loved correctly and fully. God is preparing that blessing with care. Your peace is being rebuilt from the inside out, and you will no longer feel constantly alert, as if another disaster is around the corner. You have been too used to survival mode. God is transitioning you into thriving mode. Stability is coming. Security is coming. Peace is taking root. You will soon look back and realize that the season that caused the most pain also produced the most growth. What seemed like destruction was actually transformation. You did not break, you bloomed. God was shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and ready for blessing. You are becoming who God designed you to be. So rest tonight with the confidence that what God has started in you, He will finish beautifully. He has not brought you this far to leave you. He has not begun your healing to stop halfway. You are stepping into a divine continuation of victory. Tomorrow is already blessed. Tonight, God is whispering peace into the places of your heart where chaos has tried to live, and that peace will stay with you long after this night ends. His presence is calming every storm that once made you feel powerless. You are not battling these thoughts alone anymore. God is stepping into your situation with authority. Peace is becoming your reality. There are blessings that have been waiting for the moment your heart feels safe enough to receive them, and that moment is arriving. You are healing in ways you didn't even realize you needed healing. God is strengthening your faith so that when the blessing comes, you will embrace it without fear or hesitation. Nothing will slip away from your hands again. What is meant for you will stay with you. Your nights will not always feel heavy, because God is replacing sorrow with supernatural joy that will carry you into a brighter future. The heaviness is lifting piece by piece. You will feel lighter in your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit. God is removing every weight that was never yours to carry. Joy is becoming your inheritance. Psalm 4:8 declares that you will lie down and sleep in peace, for the Lord alone makes you dwell in safety, and that promise is surrounding you right now like a soft blanket of divine comfort. You are protected, you are covered. Nothing formed against you can enter the presence God has placed around you. Rest is your gift tonight. Security is your promise. You have been asking God for a sign that everything will be okay, and this moment right now is that sign. The peace you are beginning to feel is not random. It is the evidence that God is moving. Your story is shifting direction. God is confirming that your breakthrough is closer than ever before. Every tear you cried watered the foundation of miracles that are now beginning to grow. And those miracles will appear when you least expect them. You will look back and realize that nothing you endured was meaningless. God was preparing you for a life stronger than your past. Pain was a path to purpose. Tears were seeds for testimony. God is teaching you to trust His timing, because if blessings came too soon, you would have doubted they were truly from Him. But now, when the blessing arrives, you will know without a doubt that God is the giver. His fingerprints will be all over the breakthrough. You will recognize His hand. You will glorify His name. The pain that once made you question your purpose will soon become the reason you understand it. You are learning things in this season that comfort could never have taught you. You are discovering your calling through the very battles that tried to destroy you. Your purpose is growing in the dark. Your future will bloom in the light. Isaiah 26:3 promises that God will keep you in perfect peace when your mind is stayed on Him. And tonight your thoughts are turning toward His promises instead of your fears. You are replacing anxiety with trust. You are replacing worry with worship. Peace is guarding your thoughts like a shield. God is restoring calm to your mind. God is not done showing you what He can do, and the miracles you have witnessed so far are only the beginning. There is more grace coming. There is more favor coming. There is more joy coming. You haven't seen the best part of your story yet. The greatest chapters are still ahead. There are relationships being healed right now, without a single conversation taking place, because God is working in hearts behind the scenes. Reconciliation is forming. Forgiveness is blooming. Restoration is coming. God is repairing what the enemy tried to break permanently. Hearts will align with peace again. You are learning how to trust God without needing to see the entire path in front of you. Faith is becoming your guiding force. Hope is becoming your strength. God is leading you step by step, moment by moment. Every step forward is a victory, no matter how small it feels. You are not forgotten in the waiting. You are favored in the process, and everything necessary for your blessing is being aligned with precision. Heaven is organizing your future. God is preparing every detail. The promise is secure. Your waiting will end in joy. There are days coming when you will wake up excited rather than exhausted, because life will no longer feel like a battle, but a blessing. Joy will meet you in the morning. Peace will follow you throughout the day. Hope will lead you into tomorrow. God is changing the atmosphere around your life. The anxiety that once controlled you will no longer have power over your decisions, your sleep, or your spirit, because God is freeing you from the fear that tried to define you. Courage is rising. Confidence is returning. Peace is growing. God is rewriting your mindset. You survived nights you thought would break you, and because you survived, you are stepping into supernatural strength that the enemy cannot compete with. Your resilience is frightening to darkness. Your endurance is powerful. Your faith is unstoppable. God has fortified your spirit. So rest tonight, knowing that God is holding everything together, including the parts of your life you can't fix or understand yet. He is working when you sleep. He is planning when you wait. He is protecting as you rest. You are safe in His love. Tomorrow holds blessings that will surprise you with their timing and overwhelm you with God's goodness. Your miracle is on the way. Your breakthrough is already unfolding. Your future is secure in God's hands. Rest, because God is not finished with your story. Tonight, God is declaring peace over every part of you that has been wrestling with fear, doubt, and uncertainty, even when you tried to keep calm on the outside. He knows the silent battles you face in your mind each night when the world goes quiet. But those battles are ending. God is overpowering every anxious thought with His presence. Peace is settling deep within you. There are moments when you look at your life and wonder if you are truly moving forward. But God wants you to know that progress is happening, even in stillness. Growth does not always shout. It often whispers. Healing does not always show. It sometimes hides while it builds strength. God is advancing you in ways you cannot see yet. Your progress is real. You have survived things that would have broken others, and that is evidence that God has placed extraordinary purpose inside you. The warfare you experienced was a clue to your destiny, not a reflection of your weakness. You are equipped for victory. You are designed for breakthrough. Heaven has chosen you. Psalm 27:1 reminds you that the Lord is your light and salvation. Whom shall you fear? And that truth is piercing through every shadow that tried to linger in your heart. You are not stepping into tomorrow afraid. God goes before you like a shield. His light is guiding you. His strength is your security. You have cried tears that no one knew about, but God collected each one as a precious offering of faith. He saw your strength when you felt weak. He saw your effort when you felt like giving up. He saw your resilience when all you felt was frustration. Heaven has honored every tear. Joy will return as a reward. Tonight, God is teaching your heart how to rest again, not just physically but spiritually, where exhaustion has lived for too long. He is removing the weight of overthinking, the tension of worry, and the pressure of trying to control the unknown. Your soul will breathe again. Your heart will find relief. Your spirit will experience true rest. What once overwhelmed you will soon feel manageable under God's grace, because He is about to show you how powerful His help truly is. He is working behind the scenes on details you never could have handled on your own. You are not alone in the struggle. God is carrying what you cannot carry. You are supported by divine strength. The past tried to convince you that you would always suffer emotionally, but God is closing that painful chapter permanently. You will not relive those same heartbreaks. You will not repeat those cycles. God is transforming your story. He is writing a new narrative full of hope, healing, and good things. Isaiah 41:13 says, "For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand." And tonight, God is holding your hand through every worry, every fear, and every thought that tries to steal your peace. You are not walking alone into the future. God is guiding you. He is leading you. He is holding you steady. There are blessings coming that will feel like redemption for every moment you questioned your worth. God is restoring your confidence. He is restoring your joy. He is restoring your identity. You will no longer question if you deserve good things. You are worthy because He chose you. There will be a time soon when you look back and realize that what you thought was the end of your peace was actually the beginning of your transformation. The struggle shaped you. The pain deepened you. The uncertainty strengthened your faith. Nothing was wasted. You were being prepared for greatness. Every fear that tried to convince you that you are alone is being silenced, because God is filling your spirit with the assurance that He is closer than your next breath. He has never abandoned you. He has never turned away from you. He has been working quietly in love. His presence has always remained. Your future is not something you need to fear, because God is already there, arranging every blessing with love and wisdom. You do not have to predict or control what comes next. You only have to trust the one who is sovereign over time and eternity. Your future is secured in God's goodness. You are safe moving forward. There is strength rising inside you like a gentle fire that will not burn you but will illuminate your purpose. You will walk with confidence that surprises even you. You will speak with boldness because you finally believe the truth about who you are. God is awakening your courage. Fear will not return. Tonight, your heart is learning to trust more and worry less, because God is showing you that His promises are stronger than your doubts. What He spoke over you is permanent. Nothing can undo His word. Every promise is activated. Every blessing is on schedule. Every miracle is in motion. Rest is becoming a part of you again, not a rare moment, but a lifestyle covered in peace and assurance. You will sleep soundly without fear of tomorrow. You will wake up refreshed and renewed. You will feel lighter than you have in years. Rest is God's gift to your soul tonight. So lay down tonight, not in fear, but in faith, knowing that the God who brought you this far will not leave anything unfinished. Your story is unfolding exactly as it should. The night is blessed. Your mind is protected. Your heart is held in perfect love. Tomorrow will carry the evidence of everything God has already begun inside you tonight. And you will rise into a new day filled with strength, hope, and divine protection. God is not done. Peace belongs to you now and always. You are covered in His love. Tonight, God is reminding you that the battles which once terrified you no longer hold the same power, because He has strengthened you in ways that even you don't fully understand yet. You are not the same person who entered the storm. You are someone refined by it. The fear that once controlled you has lost its influence. You are growing bolder each day. God has transformed your spirit. You have faced delays that made you question whether God was still listening, but delay is not God's denial. It is His development. He was preparing you inside so that the blessings, when they arrive, will not overwhelm you. The wait is ending. The breakthrough is approaching. Your patience is about to be rewarded. There are doors God refused to let you walk through because they would have led you into deeper heartbreak and heavier burdens. Instead, He has been guiding you toward doors that lead to peace, growth, and love. You will thank Him for every closed door one day. His protection always shows its value later. God saves you even when you don't realize you need saving. Psalm 34:18 says that God is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit, and you will soon realize how many moments He rescued you from sinking completely. He lifted you when you couldn't lift yourself. He held you when everything else felt like it was slipping away. God does not leave His child in the dark. He brings light right when it's needed most. You spent seasons questioning your worth because of how others treated you, but their inability to see your value never changed your true identity. You were chosen long before you were ever rejected. You were loved long before anyone failed to show you love. You were seen long before you ever felt invisible. God has called you worthy. That truth cannot be undone. God is healing the fear that made you cling to what was hurting you, and He is teaching you to trust Him with both what leaves and what stays. You will no longer attach yourself to people who were only meant to be temporary. Your heart is being trained to recognize what is divine. Love that is safe and real is coming your way. Your spirit has gained strength through every tear, and that strength is now carrying you into a future filled with confidence and clarity. The worries that used to steal your sleep will fade because your trust in God is growing deeper. You are learning to rest even when things are uncertain. Faith is becoming your shield. Peace is becoming your weapon. Isaiah 58:11 promises that the Lord will guide you continually, satisfy your soul, and strengthen your bones. And that means your spirit will not run dry again. God is refreshing the parts of you that were weary. New strength is entering your bones. New purpose is filling your heart. God is renewing everything that became weak. You survived emotional storms that once convinced you there was no rescue coming. Yet here you are, protected, preserved, and still standing. What the enemy meant to destroy actually sharpened you. What was designed to break you built you. You are a witness to God's protection. Grace carried you this far. Every night you spent awake with fear. God was defending you without you believing. He was still present. But your worry was never bigger than His power. Your fear was never greater than His love. Your struggle was never stronger than His purpose. God has been victorious on your behalf. You are living proof of His faithfulness. You are walking away from old anxiety and stepping into new assurance, because God is healing the root of your fears, not just the symptoms. You will no longer expect the worst. You will begin to expect the best. Hope will replace dread. Faith will replace panic. God is reconstructing your mindset with truth. Your purpose is so valuable that the enemy tried to overwhelm you mentally, hoping you would never step into it. But instead of destroying you, the enemy's attacks revealed your spiritual power. You are a threat to darkness. You are a carrier of light. God has marked your life for victory. Every time you stood up after falling, You proved that nothing can permanently keep you down. Not pain, not betrayal, not fear, not circumstances. You rise because God rises within you. You stand because grace upholds you. You continue because purpose drives you. Your strength is undeniable. Your story is unstoppable. Psalm 21:8 declares that the Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore, which means every step of your future journey is protected. You will not walk into unseen danger. You will not lose what God secures. You will not fall into traps designed by the enemy. God goes before you. God walks beside you. Your heart is entering a season where trust will feel easier because you'll begin to see God's goodness so clearly that worry will feel foreign. You will start to smile without forcing it. You will wake up hopeful without trying. Joy will return as naturally as breathing. Peace will feel like home again. Everything that once stressed you will lose its influence because God is giving you a new perspective, one that sees His strength rather than your limitations. Fear cannot control a mind focused on faith. Worry cannot dominate a heart filled with hope. Anxiety cannot win against truth. God is refocusing your eyes. So as you rest tonight, remember that the God who breathed life into you is still writing your story, still fighting your battles, and still turning every setback into setup for greater things. You are protected. You are progressing. You are being prepared. God is with you every moment. Tomorrow will reveal that all the nights you spent trusting God in silence were worth it, and you will step forward with confidence into blessings that have been waiting for your arrival. Peace will greet you in the morning light. Joy will walk with you into the day. The best is ahead of you. Tonight, God is reminding you that your life is not defined by the moments that hurt you, but by the grace that carried you through them. You are not the pain you experienced. You are the strength that survived it. You are not the fear that once overwhelmed you. You are the courage that kept going. God has written victory into your identity. You are becoming the healed version of yourself. There were seasons when you worried that your heart would never fully recover, but God has been restoring you gently with every breath you take. Healing is happening even when you aren't aware of it. Every day you wake up is proof that God is still working. Growth is happening even when progress feels slow. Your heart is getting stronger by the moment. The enemy tried to convince you that God was silent, but God has been speaking through every closed door, every shift in your spirit, and every moment of protection you didn't understand at the time. He never stopped guiding you. He never stopped loving you. He never stopped fighting for you. His silence was strategy. His timing is perfect. Isaiah 40:29 says that God gives power to the faint and increases strength to those who have no strength left. And tonight that strength is finding its way into you. You will wake up renewed with fresh energy. You will rise with determination. You will feel courage stirring inside you. God is rebuilding your strength from the inside out. Peace is not just visiting you tonight. It is becoming permanent in your life, replacing all the chaos that once lived inside your mind. Your thoughts will no longer be battlegrounds. Your heart will no longer feel unsafe. Your spirit will no longer feel overwhelmed. God is anchoring peace deep within you. Fear cannot uproot what God has planted. There is a shift taking place in your life that will move you from survival into stability, and then from stability into supernatural blessing. You will no longer live in constant recovery mode. You will no longer feel like life is happening to you. You will see life happening for you. Blessings will be your new normal. Favor will become familiar. What once felt like a cycle that would never break is already losing its power over you, because God has declared freedom over your life. You will not return to old patterns. You will not repeat past mistakes. You will not live in the shadow of yesterday's wounds. God is closing those doors forever. Freedom is your future. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." And tonight your stillness is not weakness, it is spiritual power. When you cannot move forward, God moves for you. When you cannot speak victory, God speaks over you. When you cannot fight, God takes the battle. Rest is your act of faith. Peace is your act of trust. You have gone through seasons where you questioned whether you were strong enough to continue, and yet your spirit refused to quit. That resilience is the mark of someone chosen for divine purpose. Strength is not the absence of tears. It is the decision to keep going even while they fall. You are stronger than your struggle. You are built for breakthrough. God is aligning opportunities that will make you forget every year you thought was wasted, because He is the Redeemer of time. Nothing you endured has delayed your destiny. Nothing you lost removed your calling. Everything is being restored with interest. God pays back more than what pain took. Your best days have been preserved for this moment. There will come a day soon when you look in the mirror and see not the broken person who survived, but the victorious person who overcame. You will see resilience instead of regret. You will see growth instead of grief. You will see purpose instead of pain. God is revealing your healed identity. You are being renewed. Every fear-based imagination is being replaced with faith-based expectation, and you will notice that the future no longer scares you. It inspires you. Hope will lead you forward. Joy will strengthen your steps. Peace will shape your decisions. God is transforming your mindset. You will think like someone who is destined to win. The emotional exhaustion that weighed you down is dissolving under the presence of God, and your heart is entering a season of rest that will restore every broken piece. Your spirit is being refreshed. Your soul is being renewed. Your thoughts are being reset. Your heart is being restored. God is giving you back what you thought was gone forever. You will soon step into blessings that will make you wonder why you ever doubted God in the first place, because everything will align so perfectly that only heaven could have arranged it. Favor will chase you. Opportunities will locate you. People will bless you without knowing why. God is preparing divine surprises for your life. Good things are coming quickly. Psalm 91:4 says God will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. And tonight you are held close to His heart, where fear has no access. You are wrapped in protection. You are surrounded by grace. You are guarded by love. There is no safer place than the presence of God. You are covered. Your purpose is awakening in ways that will excite you for the future instead of fearing it, and you will feel a fresh fire inside pushing you forward with boldness. God did not bring you this far to leave you halfway. He is strengthening your passion. He is refining your vision. He is unlocking your assignment. You are rising into destiny. So tonight, rest deeply knowing that everything is shifting in your favor, everything is moving according to divine order, and everything is aligning just as God planned. You are not behind. God has you exactly where you should be. Peace is your portion. Victory is your story. Your life is blessed beyond measure. Tomorrow will carry evidence of God's movement, and you will rise with renewed strength, restored joy, and a heart ready to believe again. Your night is protected. Your future is blessed. Your breakthrough is unfolding. God has never stopped working for you. Tonight, God is reminding you that what is coming next will make you forget how long you struggled to get here, because His blessings will overshadow every memory of pain. The sorrow that once felt endless will soon feel distant. The tears that once flowed constantly will soon be replaced with laughter. The heaviness you carried will become a testimony of strength. God is turning your mourning into joy. You have prayed for peace, and God is answering with a peace that will not simply visit your heart, but will take residence permanently. Worry may try to return, but it will not find a home in you anymore. Anxiety may knock, but it will not be invited in. Fear may whisper, but its voice will no longer rule. God's peace is your new protector. God sees every detail of what you are going through, even the pieces you don't know how to express. Nothing about you is hidden from Him. Every thought, Every question, every ache of your heart is understood by Him perfectly. You do not have to explain what hurts. God already knows and cares deeply. Psalm 21:2 declares that your help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, meaning the most powerful being in existence is on your side. That is why you do not need to fear the future. The one who created destiny is guiding yours. The one who controls time is aligning your timing. The one who speaks light into darkness is shining over your life tonight. The enemy tried to plant fear in the areas where God is about to bring breakthrough. But the very place where fear attacked is the same place where victory will appear. The enemy only targets what he knows is important. The pressure you feel is just confirmation that something valuable is coming. Breakthrough is near. Promotion is prepared. What once felt confusing will soon feel comforting, because God is revealing the purpose behind every delay and every detour. You will look back and understand that every step had intention. You will realize that God never forgot you. You will see that His timing was love. No moment was wasted. You have trusted God even when it was difficult, and heaven has honored that trust. Your silent prayers were loud to God. Your hidden faith was strong enough to move mountains. You are being rewarded for every moment you chose faith over fear. Blessings are answering your endurance. Isaiah 43:2 assures you that when you pass through the waters, they will not sweep over you. And that means every overwhelming situation you faced has pushed you closer to God rather than further from Him. You were not drowned by the difficulty. You were lifted by His grace. You are stronger because of what you survived. God protected your purpose. You are entering a season where your heart will finally feel safe again, not constantly expecting harm or disappointment. God is healing your trust. He is restoring your hope. He is teaching you that love can be gentle, not painful. Joy can be steady, not temporary. Peace can last. The people who broke you will no longer have power over your emotions or your future. Their chapter in your life is closed. God is establishing boundaries where there was once vulnerability. You are protected from relationships that drain or deceive. Your heart is guarded by heaven now. Your quiet endurance has qualified you for blessings that others will not understand, because they did not see the battles you fought to remain faithful. God saw your perseverance. God saw your private pain. God saw your unwavering belief, and He is about to reward you publicly for what you endured privately. Honor is coming. Nothing that was taken from you can compare to what God is preparing to give you. What the enemy stole, God will restore multiplied. You will not end this journey empty-handed. Your life will overflow with goodness and grace. The best recompense comes from God. Even the things that once made you afraid to hope again will become the reason you dare to hope bigger, because God is showing you that His promises are reliable and His love cannot fail. You will not fear the future anymore. You will look toward it with excitement. God is forming miracles behind the scenes. Hope is rising again. Your identity is being shaped by God's truth instead of trauma's memory. You are no longer defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what God is doing through you. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt beautifully. You are not forgotten. You are divinely chosen. Your worth is eternal. Every night you trusted God instead of giving up was a victory. Heaven celebrated, and now that victory will manifest into blessings you can see with your own eyes. God is rewarding your stay. He is rewarding your faith. Your miracle is coming with acceleration. So as you close your eyes tonight, know that you are resting not in the uncertainty of tomorrow, but in the guarantee of God's promises. You are resting in His protection. You are resting in His love. You are resting in His plan. Everything is under control. Tomorrow will bring new grace, new strength, and new direction, because the God who never sleeps has already worked out everything for your good. You are safe. You are loved. You are blessed. The best chapters of your life are unfolding even now. Tonight, God is sealing every breakthrough that has been spoken over your life during this journey of healing, promising and strengthening your spirit through these nights of transformation. Every word you received in faith is becoming rooted in your heart. Every prayer you whispered is rising before his throne. Heaven has recorded every moment of your perseverance. Your victory is secure. You have stepped into a new spiritual level where peace will remain, not disappear, and joy will deepen, not fade. The enemy cannot reverse what God has activated in you. What tried to destroy you has now become powerless. What once defeated you has now become beneath you. God has lifted you higher than the attack. Every worry that weighed you down is losing its influence as God fills your heart with a calmness that goes beyond human understanding. Your nights will no longer be filled with fear. Your rest will no longer be interrupted by anxiety. Your mind will no longer wage war against itself. God has spoken peace. Peace will remain. Psalm 116:7 says, "Return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you." And tonight your soul is returning to a place of trust, knowing God has been faithful every step of the way. He has delivered you from danger you saw and danger you never knew about. His goodness has followed you through every valley. His protection has kept you. His love has sustained you. You will not doubt your worth again, because God is revealing the truth of who you are. A chosen child, a protected soul, and a carrier of divine purpose that darkness cannot touch. Your identity is solid in Him. Nothing will shake your confidence again. Nothing will intimidate your calling again. You are rising with certainty. Every lie that once echoed in your mind is being replaced with God's truth. You are strong, you are capable, you are worthy, and you are loved beyond measure. You will no longer question whether you belong in this world. You will no longer wonder if you have purpose. You are here on divine assignment. You matter more than you know. The chains that once felt unbreakable have shattered under the authority of God's word over your life, and freedom is now the atmosphere you breathe. You are not returning to bondage. You are not returning to fear. You are not returning to old pain. God has set you free. Freedom is your new reality. God is blessing your sleep with restoration that will restore not only strength to your body, but rejuvenation to your emotions and clarity to your mind. You will wake up refreshed. You will wake up renewed. You will wake up with divine direction. Your morning is protected. Your tomorrow is already blessed. Isaiah 61 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come." And that is exactly what God is commanding over your life tonight. You will not live hidden. You will not live dimmed by disappointment. You will not live shadowed by the past. Your light has come. Your shine is unstoppable. The enemy who once targeted you will regret ever trying, because you are walking into a double portion of grace and favor that will overshadow every attack. What was taken will be returned multiplied. What was delayed will arrive accelerated. What was blocked will be opened. God is turning the battle into blessing. You are entering a season filled with divine appointments, heavenly connections, and opportunities that carry God's fingerprints. Every step forward is guided. Every door you walk through is grace made. Every victory you celebrate is God orchestrated. You are stepping into destiny. Heaven is opening paths before you. Your life will become a testimony that inspires others to trust God through their darkest nights, because they will see how He carried you into marvelous light. You will be a reminder that God still rescues. You will be a reminder that God still restores. You will be a reminder that God still heals. Your story will shine for His glory. No fear will follow you into the future, because the future is guarded by God Himself. You are walking under divine covering. You are protected on every side. You are shielded by heaven's authority. You are safe. Nothing can touch what God has claimed. Your heart, once fragile, is now fortified with faith. Your voice, once shaky, is now filled with courage. Your soul, once weary, is now strengthened with expectation. You are no longer barely surviving. You are spiritually thriving. God has made you strong. Every blessing attached to your name will find you, no matter the distance. No barrier can block it. No delay can deny it. No enemy can steal it. What God has declared is unstoppable. Your blessings are chasing you. Tonight marks the end of fear, worry, shame, and insecurity ruling your nights. They no longer have authority over your rest. They no longer have permission to torment your mind. They no longer have a place in your story. God has given you peace. Peace is permanent. So sleep with confidence, knowing that God has already stepped into your tomorrow, arranged every detail, defeated every enemy, and prepared every blessing with love. You are not stepping into uncertainty, you are stepping into promise. You are not walking alone, you are walking with God. You are not hoping blindly, you are trusting faithfully. Everything you have prayed for, waited for, and believed for is unfolding under the hand of a God who has never failed. Your life is blessed. Your future is secured. Your heart is protected. Your breakthrough is here. Amen.